The joy of living alone, embracing solitude and freedom in your golden years. There comes a time in life when solitude begins to feel less like loneliness and more like freedom. For many older adults, the idea of living alone transforms from a distant thought to a source of peace, contentment, and joy. You may find yourself questioning whether this path is right for you. After years of living with family or sharing a home, the prospect of living alone can offer a fresh start, a renewed sense of independence, and a space to prioritize your own happiness. In countless online forums and personal stories, older adults are increasingly sharing their experiences of how living alone has brought them more joy and tranquility than they ever imagined. If you've been considering whether it's time to embrace solo living, the following signs may help you decide if it's the right choice for you. You crave peace and quiet more than ever. One of the most common reasons older adults choose to live alone is their increasing appreciation for peace and quiet. After years of bustling homes filled with children, family, or roommates, the noise and constant activity can feel overwhelming. The desire for stillness becomes more profound. Take Margaret's story, for example, a woman in her early 60s. She shared her experience on a forum. "I love my grandchildren, but the constant noise and energy in the house were draining me. When they left, I was relieved to have my space back. That's when I knew I needed to live alone permanently." If you find yourself deeply cherishing moments of stillness and feeling a sense of relief when the house is quiet, this could be a clear sign that living alone is the right choice for you. Solo living allows you to create an environment of calm and peace, perfectly tailored to nurture your spirit. You enjoy your own company. As you grow older, you might discover that your own company is more than enough to keep you happy. Whether it's through hobbies like reading, crafting, or simply reflecting on the day, you might realize that solitude is where you feel most content. A 70-year-old man wrote on a forum about his newfound love for gardening. "When I'm out in my garden, it's just me and the earth. I don't need anyone to talk to. I find peace in the quiet rhythm of my day. One morning I realized I didn't need a roommate or family around constantly to feel fulfilled." Learning to appreciate your own company can be deeply empowering. Living alone gives you the freedom to honor your solitude and spend your days exactly as you wish. You've developed stronger boundaries. With age comes wisdom, and many older adults find that they have stronger boundaries now than they did when they were younger. You know what you need to thrive, and may be less willing to compromise those needs for the sake of others. Liz shared her story in an online comment. "I love my daughter and grandchildren dearly, but they constantly crossed boundaries, leaving the house messy, making noise late at night. I was starting to lose my sense of peace. I realized it was time to prioritize my own needs." If you feel that sharing a space with others infringes on your emotional or mental well-being, living alone allows you to create a sanctuary where your boundaries are respected and your well-being comes first. You want control over your space and time. As we age, the desire for control over our surroundings often becomes more pronounced. You may have spent years sharing your home with family or a spouse, compromising on the little things: dinner times, cleanliness, TV shows. Now, you may find yourself yearning for the freedom to make decisions about your space and time without anyone else's input. A commenter on a forum reflected on her own experience. "At 65, I realized I was tired of compromising on everything, from what time we ate to what shows we watched. Living alone gave me the freedom to live on my own terms. When you live alone, you get to decide everything, from the color of the walls to when you wake up. This freedom can be incredibly refreshing and empowering." You've outgrown caregiving roles. For many years, you may have been in the role of a caregiver, whether to children, a spouse, or aging parents. But there comes a time when you may feel ready to focus on yourself. One woman shared her thoughts on Reddit. "After my husband passed, I realized I didn't want to take on the role of caretaker for anyone else. I love my family, but I was ready to focus on my own needs and desires." Living alone can give you the time and space to rediscover yourself after years of putting others first. It's an opportunity to nurture your own well-being, hobbies, and health. You value your independence. Aging alone doesn't mean you're isolated. It means you have the freedom to make choices that suit your lifestyle. Many older adults find that they want to age on their own terms without the constant presence of others. One man commented on a forum, "I want to decide when and how I ask for help. I don't need my children hovering over me. I'm capable of making decisions for myself, and living alone allows me to maintain that independence." If you value autonomy and want to make decisions without interference, living alone can give you the control to age with dignity and on your own terms. You're ready for a fresh start. Living alone can represent a fresh chapter in life, a chance to reinvent yourself. After years of routine, you might feel like it's time to start anew. One man in his late 60s shared, "After my wife passed, I realized staying in the same house with the same routines wasn't what I wanted. I downsized to a small apartment, started taking art classes, and living alone gave me the fresh start I needed." It's never too late to begin a new chapter, and solo living can offer you the space to explore new interests and rediscover your passions. You long for simplicity. As we age, the desire for a simpler life can grow stronger. You may feel overwhelmed by the clutter and busyness of a full household. Downsizing and embracing minimalism could bring you a sense of peace. One woman in her 70s shared her journey toward minimalism. "I realized I was holding on to so many things, old furniture, memorabilia, that no longer served me. Once I moved into my own space, I embraced a simpler way of life with fewer possessions and more time to focus on what truly matters." Living alone allows you to declutter not just your space, but also your mind, creating room for the things that truly bring you joy. You're ready to make decisions without compromise. For much of your life, you may have spent time negotiating decisions with others, whether it was where to go on vacation or what to cook for dinner. Now, you may find yourself wanting the freedom to make decisions based solely on your own preferences. A woman shared her story. "I spent decades compromising with others, but now that I live alone, I get to choose everything from the color of my walls to the music I listen to. It's liberating." Living alone can offer you the autonomy to make decisions without needing to take others into account. You're emotionally independent. Emotional independence is a powerful sign that living alone may be the right choice. You may no longer feel the need for constant companionship to feel emotionally stable. A forum commenter reflected, "For years I felt like I needed someone around me to feel emotionally stable, but over time I learned to find that strength within myself. Living alone is now a joy." If you're emotionally self-reliant and trust in your own resilience, solo living can offer the perfect environment to thrive. You want to focus on personal growth. Living alone gives you the space to focus on yourself, on rediscovering old passions, pursuing new hobbies, and exploring who you are outside of traditional roles like parent or spouse. A woman in her late 60s shared, "Once I started living alone, I reconnected with a part of myself that had been buried for years. Living alone gave me the freedom to explore that side of me. It's a time to nurture yourself and focus on your personal growth." You want to embrace flexibility. Living with others often means accommodating their schedules, but when you live alone, you can create your own routine. A man in his early 70s shared, "Now that I live alone, I eat when I want, exercise when it feels good, and sleep when I'm tired. It's refreshing to have a routine that's entirely my own." If you enjoy setting your own pace, living alone offers the flexibility to design a life that works perfectly for you. Living alone as an older adult isn't about isolation. It's about reclaiming your space, your peace, and your independence. If you resonate with any of these signs, it might be time to consider solo living as a new and fulfilling chapter in your life. Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching.